So I'm here with award-winning chef Nick Bognar, who owns Indo, Sado, and Pavilion here in St. Louis. So can you just give us a rundown of your concept?
Yeah, Indo was our first place in the city, and for us now, it's kind of become just really just Asian food that we enjoy making. I don't think there's really a easy way to explain the concept. Like we decide on cooking things that we're kind of into at the time or that represent us as chefs, and it's kind of us and the whole chef team. And a lot of Southeast Asian food for me, especially the food of like my family. So really just like contemporary Asian fine dining at Indo, surprising. And then Sado is our sushi bar, all
Okay.
things sushi, pretty much like what you expect from most sushi bars and kind of a large spectrum of like fancy things and then kind of like also very like normal sushi rolls and things like that.
Okay.
And then we just recently opened Pavilion, which is our tasting menu. And the tasting menu or omakase, we do 18 courses, mainly nigiri, those single bites of sushi. And that's really just kind of like our high end thing, like our tip of the spear, but really allows us to be not really like held back by ingredients or anything like that. We can pretty much do all the best things we possibly can think of in an 18 course meal. So
18
yeah,
courses.
18
How
courses.
does that go over with the guests?
Um, well, I think we're a lot better at it now than when we started.
Okay.
It's funny enough, there's so many different ranges of what people eat.
Yeah.
And you have some people who eat like 18 courses and they're like, oh, I could do that whole thing again. And then you have some people who can't really get through it.
Yeah.
And I think we've gotten much better at making sure that everybody finishes
Okay.
18 courses. The idea is that, you're not really like getting overly full because there's so much food. It's that you're just being able to experience so many different flavors and so many like, each one is totally different from the last. And it's exciting and you don't know
Yeah.
what's coming next. And, it gives you a lot of room to play around with food because
Yeah.
18 different things. It's awesome, actually. We're really happy with it now, especially the
Good.
menu's gotten, in my opinion, much better than when we opened. Too, so
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, I tried it when you first opened. I was
Yeah.
quite full.
Yeah, and I don't even know if we did 18 for you guys. Was like
I
a
think it was
special
like
one?
15, and I was like, I should not have
Yeah.
eaten lunch.
We're much better now, I think, at making sure that no matter what your appetite is, it's like a perfect amount of food.
Okay.
And that's something that I think was probably the hardest, honestly.
Okay.
Like you want to give so many things, and you want it's like, oh, we need to give the more epic bite at the end, but it becomes so much, and I think the kind of like end game there is that it really is all about balance and being just enough, just the right amount, and then not leaving unsatisfied, but also not feeling like total crap when you leave.
For sure. I
Yeah.
didn't feel like crap. I was just like, I don't think I need to eat again
Right.
for
Yeah.
a long
100%. Yeah.
while.
100%.
Okay. And so I've been talking to some other chefs here in town, and they say Pavilion is like the most ambitious concept in St. Louis. Why do you think that is?
I think, it's something that we always wanted to do. So it wasn't, for me, it wasn't necessarily like I was going to try to do something because nobody else was doing it or we wanted to like push like food scene or something like that. It's just something that I've always enjoyed doing that template for cooking, right? The menu style, being able to do whatever we want any day, not really having a menu and then changing it all the time. And then the single bites. But I think, it's super ambitious because, we don't have a lot of tasting menus anymore.
Yeah.
And I think here, and I don't know if it's for every city, you go to New York and there's like an omakase restaurant for everybody who lives there, right? And
Sure.
it's something that's a little more common,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. So people are kind of expecting it, like know what they're expecting and know what's going to happen. Here, it's something that's new for a lot of people, and it's a big kind of commitment, right? It's not a quick dinner.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the main event for your evening. If you do it, it's about 2 hours long.
Right.
And it's not super cheap. And the reason for that is so we can use all the most awesome things we could possibly get our hands on that day. But yeah, man, I think for St. Louis, it's a little expensive. It's a big commitment. And if you're not super comfortable with that style of dining because you're right in front of the sushi chef and it's kind of this interactive thing, um, not everybody's it's not really a sure thing here, I think. And it's kind of new for a lot of people. So that, I feel like that maybe makes it a little bit ambitious.
Okay.
Um, I am really happy though to see so many people do it for the first time
Yeah.
and have a good time and enjoy it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a super cool experience.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So can you tell us how your heritage influences what you do?
Um, so my mom's from Thailand
Okay.
and my family on my Thai side, they're all like amazing cooks. All the women in my mom's side are just awesome cooks. Starting from my
Nice.
grandmother. My grandmother was essentially cooking for the family like all the time, right? My mom has a few brothers and sisters, and her older sister also is in the restaurant industry. And it's just really trickled down through my whole family.
Okay.
And we always, my grandma would cook Thai foods like better than anywhere you would get, and
Yeah.
it was just kind of like always was part of my life. She used to take care of me when I was a kid. And then sitting in front of her and just having all this food kind of being made for me all the time. I think it's really just seared into my brain.
Okay.
And then, my mom kind of continued that too. And then I think all the people in my Thai family really started to understand that like we are kind of a food oriented family. We
Mm-hmm.
always gather around food and like have
Yeah.
great meals and things like that. And the food of my heritage really to me is like a unique way to express kind of like what I enjoy with food
Yeah.
and then kind of like transforming that into a professional setting and putting it into a restaurant keeps us, unique, not like anybody else. And at the same time, I feel
Certainly.
very proud of it. I can
Good.
kind of like show off the things that my family has always been good at. And I don't know if we knew that for the longest time. And then when we finally started, I think, especially with Indo,
Uh-huh.
doing a lot of her recipes, that became almost like we know this is gonna be great. People love this stuff now because 'cause they've
Yeah.
never had it before either. So that's pretty cool
That's
too.
nice. You
Yeah.
can feel proud of your work.
Yeah, yeah, and especially like, Thai food, there's a lot of different Thai foods. There's so many different
Mm-hmm.
types that people don't maybe necessarily realize beyond kind of the basics of like pad Thai. But yeah, there's so many things that my grandma used to make that were unique to us too. And I don't even know if I knew that when I was younger. I just kind of
Okay.
expected it to be Thai food.
I see.
But it was new for a lot of people.
Okay, cool. Can you tell us about some of your national recognition? I know you've got a couple of
I
James
guess so,
Beard
yeah.
Awards. What
Uh
else? Tell
We
us
have
everything.
we have the James Beard Awards. I'm super proud of the first one at my mom's restaurant, Nippon. We were kind of changing everything about the place, and there was a lot of different opinions about what we were doing. And then in 2019, they gave me the semifinalist for Rising Star Chef of the Year.
Very
And
cool.
it's like a strip mall sushi bar in Baldwin, and I
Yeah.
was like, "This is amazing,"
Yeah.
right? And we were all very proud of that. It's pretty awesome to have my mom's old sushi bar on like a James Beard Award like picture or whatever that's
Super
called, or
cool.
the certificate or
Uh-huh.
whatever. And then we got a few after that too. Indo got Best New Restaurant on James Beard, which that's like a pretty tough one. Like the whole team's kind of got to be ready to, do their best all the time, especially
Yeah.
in that first year. And I think it's really hard to make sure the restaurant's even anywhere decent at all in the first year. There's so many moving parts to opening
Right.
a place. And then we got that again for Sado, which that I was almost expecting not to get that again
Oh,
because
really?
Sado's like three times as big, and
Yeah.
it's like three times the drama, three times the
Uh-huh.
things that needed to happen. And I'll tell you right now, 2 years into Sado, I'm like, we're 1,000 times better than when we opened. The place is much nicer. I think we have so many more little finishes and details, and the food has gotten even much better. So I'm so much happier with it is now. But when we
Good.
opened, it was just there was a lot, right?
Yeah.
And then we got a few Best Chef Midwests in there too, and
Very
yeah,
cool.
good, all great. It gets
Yeah.
people to really recognize what you're doing. The one thing that I think helps with the recognition for us too is when we're doing stuff that's not necessarily mainstream kind of food, especially for St. Louis.
Yeah.
It kind of helps people like trust us and what we're doing and see us with an open mind of like, oh, okay, these people seem to be like experts and like they're going to trust the food that we're selling, even if it's not something that we usually eat all the time, right?
Totally.
What else did we get? Oh, Indo got like GQ
Yeah.
restaurants and Esquire. We got Esquire top 50
So
for
cool.
both as well. So
How's
that's pretty
that
awesome.
feel?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, no, it's always great to feel like some recognition for what you
Yeah.
do.
Very
Because
validating.
there's always this kind of imposter syndrome and like you're always pushing. It's like you're kind of your own toughest critic.
Yeah.
So when you get that stuff, one, it allows us to do what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to necessarily feel like I need to make food that's maybe a little more crowd pleasing or maybe a little more easy.
Yeah.
And I can kind of do things that have a little more off the beaten path stuff and people
Yeah.
will still come to eat, right?
Very cool.
So it gets people in the door and then we can kind of do what we're passionate about. And I think that's the main thing. I feel very lucky to be able to kind of make stuff and people expect it to be awesome and then enjoy it as well.
And now a word from our sponsor, LHM, which has several amazing properties around town, including Westport Plaza and Union Station. Union Station just debuted 3 new rides, which are perfect for a fun family outing. They also just launched their Pirates and Pumpkins event at the aquarium, which is so fun to bring your kids to, and that'll be running now until November 2nd. Now back to the episode. And then it is awesome.
Yeah, usually. Hopefully.
Usually.
Not all the time actually, but yeah.
So far, so good from my
Yeah.
experience. Okay. Well, Well, so obviously you're known for your fish, but at Indo recently, I tried those palm sugar ribs, which were in
Yeah.
Aethys a couple months ago. I mean, kind of an unexpected thing. Tell us, why are they so good?
The ribs have actually been on Indo's menu since we opened.
Okay.
And yeah, when I thought of the rib, so it's actually kind of a combination of things. Like a lot of the food at Indo, for me, especially in those first menus before we started collaborating more with the other chefs that work there, it was about a nostalgia for me,
Hmm.
as well as like food that my family used to cook,
Hmm.
and also representative of myself here in St. Louis too. And
Yeah.
being from St. Louis, I'm born and raised in St. Louis. All my food has a bit of St. Louis to it, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't necessarily just make super authentic Asian food
Uh-huh.
that Thai people would look and see like that's very straightforward. I kind of like to mix almost like, kind of the St. Louis comfort vibes too, right? So
Yeah.
so we knew we wanted to do ribs on the menu
Uh-huh.
because I think St. Louis has some of the best ribs in America.
For sure.
Going around, we're known for those St. Louis style ribs, right? And
Right.
so we wanted to put ribs on the menu, and there was a dish in Thai food, like Thai restaurants, actually more of an Americanized dish because
Okay.
it's not something you would see in Thailand as much, at least in this exact style.
Okay.
But it's essentially chicken wings with like a honey glaze,
Yum.
right? So they call
Mm-hmm.
them honey wings at a lot of different restaurants. And I know my uncle was making this at his restaurant. It was one of the first restaurants my family opened. He's passed away now, but this was back in like 1997.
Okay.
He had a small Thai restaurant in Cape Girardeau, which was the
Oh,
first like our family owns the place and it's like his little Thai restaurant. And
cool.
this was back when like it was like pad Thai was $6 or some crazy
Oh,
shit like that.
missed that.
Yeah, it was wild. And he had honey wings on the menu, and it's like a little
Uh,
kid. I just love these things. Like I
Okay.
love chicken. I've always loved chicken wing.
How can
So
you
I
not?
still I still
You
love
still
chicken
do.
wing. I ate chicken wings like 3 times last week.
Nice.
So I wanted to like have chicken wings on the menu.
Uh-huh.
Funny enough, chicken wings are kind of expensive now, and we're trying to look at it in a different way. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe the rib dish could kind of embody this,
Mhm.
right? So we kind of combined the two, right? So it's our version of honey wings, but with ribs. And then actually, shout out to my friend Chris Bork, who had
Oh,
Vista Ramen.
yeah, yeah.
He had a very similar rib dish on his menu as well,
Really?
too, right?
Oh,
So,
okay.
kind of pulling from a few different things.
Yeah.
And I think, our version is actually, maybe it's pretty similar, but my own kind of spin. Chris is a
Yeah.
great chef, by the way. He makes amazing Asian
Yeah.
food. So I did ask. I was like, "You're gonna be mad if I put if I put the ribs
It's
on the menu?"
inspiration.
Yeah. So you take the ribs and you braise them slowly,
Okay.
for like 6 hours, so they're
Okay.
super tender.
Yeah,
And
they
then we
are.
we braise them in like lemon juice and all these different things, and also like zest and lemongrass as well. And then take them, cool them off, cut them, and put them in cornstarch so they're like super crispy. And then we
Oh.
fry it,
Mhm.
and then that's where the honey wing thing comes in. You got these crispy
Okay.
ribs tossed in. Basically, what we do, we reduce fish sauce
Mhm.
and we make what's called fish caramel. And this is a base for a
So
lot of our
good.
sauces, right?
Yeah.
So fish sauce, palm sugar, and a ton of different Southeast Asian aromatics. So
Okay.
lemongrass, galanga, Thai chilies, dried chilies, a bunch of that, right? And we make this fish caramel. And then we take that fish caramel and mix it with honey, kind of balance it, fried garlic, candied peanuts, and then you get this lovely, sweet, sticky, like salty umami glaze that's
Uh-huh.
got kind of has a lot going on. So a little more complicated than the old school honey wing thing.
Certainly.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, they're never gonna come off the menu
I
probably.
think they're
Yeah.
the best ribs in
That's awesome. I
town.
appreciate that. Thank you
I have
very
eaten a
much.
lot of ribs,
I
so
think, I love Bogart's wings,
uh,
Bogart's ribs. I think they're like the best
they are
around anywhere.
good. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's
I
like, well,
think
that's
yours
that
are
barbecue
better.
thing.
No.
But yeah,
Yeah.
respect to the OGs for
Yeah,
me.
for sure. Okay. So, also, you guys have some really interesting cocktail lists. I love
Oh
that
yeah.
Garden of Words. But the ones I've had at Sado are really great too.
We have two of like the most amazing bar teams I think ever.
Yeah, they're
Um,
killing it.
Both of the teams are led by a few people who've been with us since we opened either restaurant. Like we
Okay.
have Logan over at Indo. He's been with us
Okay.
since we opened, and he's just doing these super like fun nostalgia plays on cocktails that are always like surprising and amazing.
Yeah.
And then we have James and Evelyn at Sado who are
Okay.
killing it with their list as well. And
Yeah.
they have kind of their own slight themes, but
Yeah.
for me, I think the number one goal is that we're fun, creative, and nostalgic, I think,
Yeah.
with drinks, but we also make sure, balance, quality, balance probably being the main one for me. I'm kind of a fan
Certainly.
of a drink that like invites me back for a
Uh-huh.
second drink and is a little
Yeah.
bit easier instead of something like really stiff or something too.
Yeah.
I have like too much acid, like heartburn is a thing now.
It is
So
a thing for me
that's
too.
something that's
Yeah.
funny. So I tend to enjoy drinks with a little less acid now.
I get
But
that.
they're first off like great bartenders, and then I
Yeah.
think over time they've just been able to spin it back towards these fun, creative, like nostalgic ideas.
Yeah.
And it's always surprising me. And the menus are changing a lot, so there's always something new when you come back. And yeah, it's
Well, it's
amazing.
really interesting stuff too. It's not just like, a martini or a daiquiri.
No, yeah, and if they do a martini, usually there's a really cool
It's a
play on
really
it.
good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the martini at Sado that they do is like this house-made olive brine, and like, they were doing different things with sesame oil and all this stuff. I mean, what's crazy is that I can't even tell you all the stuff they put into it. So it kind of shows that like they put some serious work into making these
Yeah.
things very
I
unique
think
too,
that's
which is
really
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, it's actually major props to the bar team at
Yeah.
both restaurants.
That's great. Okay. And then what's your favorite thing to eat on one of your menus right now?
Oh man, that's crazy. So, what's funny is that I cut so much fish and I
Uh-huh.
make so much sushi. That's more of my job when I'm working on the line.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things that we have right now is these grilled short rib yaki that we're doing.
Oh,
So not something that we do all the time with meat, especially at Sado. We try to be
yeah.
really like seafood forward, but we have
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
meat options, right?
Yeah.
And so we sous vide short rib in
Ooh.
in this kind of pear glaze for 72 hours. So,
Okay.
it's cooked, but it's very like it looks like it's medium rare,
Okay.
and then we grill it over the Binchotan grill.
Uh-huh.
So at Sado, we have a grill using white charcoal from Japan.
Oh, cool.
Super hot charcoal,
Okay.
and it works great for fish, but it also, it works great for anything. This is something that you would get at like a yakitori restaurant in Japan or something.
Okay.
Um, so we grill it over that. So you get this like char on the outside, more of the Asian pear glaze, and then it just comes with like a simple Mizuna and Asian pear salad.
Yum.
But I'll tell you what, man, it's just like fork tender, super just melt in your mouth meat,
I need to
And
get over there
I
soon.
love like I'm eating a lot more like meat because I think I deal with so much fish all the
Oh,
time. As much as I
yeah.
love fish, I have to get a little
Yeah.
bit of separation
It's
there.
good to have both.
Yeah, that's what I like eating myself lately.
Okay.
It kind of breaks up the meal too, because I'm obviously
Yeah.
if I eat at Sado, I'm gonna get a bunch of different fish stuff too. So
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
yeah.
And then we've got a list of your top 10 restaurants around St. Louis in our October issue. Do you want to just tell us about one of those?
Yeah. Man, what should I talk about? Well, I will say I've been eating the most at Tiger 88 Banh Mi.
Okay.
And I don't know if not many people know about the place, but it's a new
Yeah.
banh mi shop and it's in like Ellisville or Fenton or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
a
It's like
ways out there.
I don't even know where it is. So like I don't know where I
We'll
am
we'll
when I'm
fact check
there.
that.
Yeah, I'm just at the banh mi place. Anyway, I feel like it's one of the first banh mi places to start doing really, really great bread for
Okay.
the banh mi. It's got that like fluffy Vietnamese bread that's crunchy on the outside, really, really great. And they have this roast pork one that has like crispy skin still on it, and they get there's this kind of sweet sauce along with the pate. And they
Okay.
have the Vietnamese. I mean, it's just a really great banh mi,
Okay.
and I'm like addicted to them. So on
Okay.
Fridays when we work all day, we always get sandwiches, and it's just I don't know, I just look forward to it every
Nice.
week now. So
Okay.
major shout out to the banh mi to get me
Yeah.
through the long work day.
I have not been out there yet, so I'm gonna have to make the drive.
You gotta go.
I
It's
do.
awesome. Everybody needs to go, actually.
Yeah.
I
Well,
also like being the person who seems to tell everyone about this place, so that's good.
yeah. Well, I'd heard of it, but I got to get out there myself. So I saw you roll up on your motorcycle
Oh
for our
god.
interview.
Yeah.
What do you like to do for fun? Is that a big part of
I
your
do like riding the
leisure?
motorcycle around. I'm gonna have to get rid of it soon, I think. But
Why?
well, my fiance is not a huge fan.
Oh, yes,
She's
she's
a
smart.
surgeon, so I
It's not safe.
probably yeah, she's not a fan of that. I like to I kickbox.
Oh,
So that's
really?
kind of I don't know if
Okay.
anybody knows that. So I do Muay Thai,
Oh,
video games. Funny
okay.
enough, I love video games. I love
Okay.
like like intense video games.
Okay.
All my hobbies are kind of intense.
Yeah.
So I like Muay Thai, I like video games, like high octane video games.
Okay.
Skiing is a big one for me. I try to go
Skiing.
king every year, which
Where do
is
you
funny.
go?
Oh, I've been all
Colorado?
over.
Okay.
Colorado, mainly,
Cool. Okay.
I just took up fly fishing like recently.
Fly
So that's
fishing.
hard.
What prompted that?
I don't
You
know.
wanna
So
catch
like
your own
a
fish?
few of my yeah, a few of my friends fly fish, some of the guys who work for me too.
Uh-huh.
And it's like something that I think is fun whenever, especially now that I have a little bit more of like personal life time,
Yeah.
getting like a new hobby and being bad at it and not worrying about being bad at it and just enjoying like the process of like learning about this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with fly fishing now.
Okay.
And so yeah, I've been trying to do that more. Yeah. That's
Okay.
pretty much it.
Do you have any like chill hobbies?
Oh, I have a paint by numbers now.
Oh, nice.
I like to do paint by numbers.
Okay.
So you can actually get like custom paint by numbers. Like you just
Oh,
submit it to the internet and you can give them like whatever picture you want.
really?
So I always get like whatever picture I can find and then I submit it. And then, it takes a long time and it's like,
Uh-huh.
it's very
Okay.
therapeutic, I feel like. And I'm not really thinking about like work and stuff. And I'm just doing my paint by numbers, which
I
is
totally
nice.
get that. I used to
Yeah.
color when I had time.
Yeah, it's
Just like
great. I think
so
everyone
now.
should do a custom paint by numbers.
I didn't realize you could do that.
It's awesome.
That sounds
I have
fun.
one right now. It's of like a dry aged fish. So
Nice.
that's
Are
kind
you
of
gonna
fun.
put it up in
It's
the restaurant?
no, no,
You come
no. I
on.
can't put that up. No one else can see that.
Why not?
It's funny. It looks cool. Maybe.
But maybe not in the
Yeah, I
restaurant.
don't know.
Okay.
We have like real artists. And
Well, okay. Well,
it's
I
cool
get that.
though. Yeah.
Okay. And then, is there anything else you want people to know?
I don't know. I feel like with the new expansion and all the things that we're doing, I mean, I was telling you this the other day. I was like, I feel like we're just better as a company than ever.
Yeah.
Um, we've been working really hard on just making what we do in the 2, 3 locations just as good as we can. I've been spending more time than ever, like working with the team and trying to be, um, in a good, stable place without like continue. We were always kind of moving forward and doing a new thing, and now it's just like make the menu better, have fun with it, feel good at work, that type of thing. And I think what we
Yeah.
do is always improving, right? So
Cool.
like Indo is just I think better than ever.
Yeah.
And Indo being the older restaurant now, I feel like maybe people are not thinking that it's like the cool new thing anymore. But we always have a new menu there. I
Yeah.
guarantee you, if you haven't been there in a while, that there's going to be a bunch of new stuff for you to
And you
try,
have
and
the
it's
new
amazing.
sunroom.
Yeah, the sunroom, that's
It's really
huge. I mean,
nice.
so we almost doubled our seating, but
Did
also
you?
it's
Wow.
all
Okay.
weather, right? And it's
Yeah.
just wonderful to sit out there, especially when it's like super hot outside.
Yeah.
And then you
It's
can
really
just
nice.
chill. And the menu's amazing. And we're
Yes.
always changing the menu. And we
Okay.
have like a new happy hour going on
Oh.
at Indo too during
Okay.
the week. So
What's
I've been telling a lot of people like, go try Indo again, man. Like there's always
Yeah.
going to be new stuff. And I'm not sure if it's, we have a hot new, like Sado's still pretty new.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
we're kind of like stepchild vibes or whatever.
Uh,
But it's like, go back to Indo, have fun with
okay.
it. All the menus change all the time. We're gonna do a new social hour menu change at Sado as
Are
well.
ya?
So
Okay.
that social hour has been the same for a while. We're gonna
Has
change
it?
that.
Okay.
Yeah. We have some new yeah, we're just always doing new stuff with the
Okay.
menus. Come visit us again. I think that's the main thing and
Okay.
always trying to get better.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, no problem.